welcome to Sponsored by Nobody. This week, sponsored by Weddings. Good times for all. It is May 2022, and you're listening to Leaves in the Jungle, Season 2, Episode 23. This is theoretically the last episode of the season. We're using Wildsea world setting and system. We hope you guys have enjoyed the season so far. We're going to do a recap episode next week, or next whatever you guys listen to this. I don't know. It'll be there. We'll recap and we'll discuss what we're doing in season 3, that kind of things. Anywho, I'm Ian the Firefly, and we have
Austin playing Tzitzi-Yaku the Chelicray.
Bev playing Rook the Ardent.
Dylan playing Jisan the Gal.
I'm Jonathan, playing Belt, the slug person.
And we have a wonderful guest star for our final episode of the season.
Hey, I'm Andrew, and I'm playing Andy the Flahimbo.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes. We're very lucky, and we've brought Andrew back for a third time.
He was one of the split personalities and the centipede man. I forget their names.
Bruce and Scuttles.
There you go.
Yeah. And now he will be attempting to win his wife's heart yet again through RPG magic. Amazing. Wonderful.
You really can't do anything with it.
Oh man, what if you fail?
Aw, I feel so bad for your child.
Well, son, the tension started during the game.
The feathers. It's always the feathers.
Your kid's going to be listening to this 20 years in the future and be like, so that's why they split up. Oh.
Oh, man. Happy birthday, Andrew.
That's right, it's my birthday.
Excellent.
Only pleasant core memories here.
Okay, happiness.
Wonderful, wonderful. On that happy note, what are wedding traditions on the Wildsea?
Just trying not to think of just like terrible pirate practices.
Like, do they still throw bouquets of flowers, or do they?
Not if they really like you.
Ooh.
Huh.
I feel like it might change depending on if you're like, spit, shankling, like which kind of environment you're from.
Like where you were born?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's like what is the culture custom, but like it maintains
any culture.
I feel like Ectus throwing flowers is a much different implication.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a very valid argument. It'd probably be pretty frowned upon, Ectus throwing flowers at a wedding.
Unless they're into that kind of thing. Like, that's their party for the end of the wedding.
I mean, it used to be a human thing that they would all stand just outside while you made that wedding official. So maybe there's a kind of that element to it.
But with participation now.
Right? I promise to be faithful, but here's all my flowers.
Because I'm like a bird, would I do some sort of preening or dance thing to attract my mate?
Oh my gosh, peacocking is not even a joke there. It's a legitimate thing.
Yeah. But it's just the entire routine from Dirty Dancing.
Yay!
So maybe Andy would attempt to woo Rook with his moves, his bird dance preening moves. And dancing moves.
I'm just picturing a version of the fan dance from Star Trek. The one that Uhura does?
Vaguely? Yeah.
It's a fan dance. It's fun.
I believe you. Yeah, okay. Who remembers what happened last episode?
We went to the
Bureaucratic.
bureaucracy. Yeah.
And there was bullshit.
So true. Couldn't have put it better myself. Oh my god.
Applied for a license for an illegal food cart.
Oh.
Jisan couldn't even get stabbed properly. It was...
Oh.
You didn't hear it from me, but I may have changed some contracts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The standard marriage contract turned into, like, more of a consensual sex slave contract. And consensual being the key term here, of course.
You ever seen that sci-fi show Zex?
No?
I've seen Lex.
That's one.
Do I risk Googling it?
Dude,
that's
Lex is a wild show.
I see where you got Zex from, though, because there is Zev in Lex.
That's it.
Also, you can't spell happiness without schnapps.
I don't know what this is, and I must know.
There's like a character in there who's like a robo sex slave.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh.
It's like one step further. Like, if you guys have ever seen Farscape, it's like one more step beyond that.
Oh no.
So
Farscape was already nearly there.
So in the pilot, you're on like a 40k hive world. Like, it's just a 40k hive world. Like, you can't convince me it is not. And things are going sideways. And Zev, who becomes a main character, is going to be made into a sex slave. And so she is fat, and then she is pressed in a machine and becomes skinny. Because that's
my gosh.
how that works.
Oh.
But then before they could be like, and mind wipe, they get just a robot gets hit by that, and then the robot for the rest of the series is just super ready to do whatever it can, except it's just a head.
Oh.
And
Okay.
like it has like the eyes and mouth are all just like a screen on the head.
I promise you will maintain your body, Andy. I promise.
So, Lex is a lot.
Lex is a good show, and you should go check it out. Absolutely.
It is. Like, I'm just letting people know. Like, maybe it didn't age well. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's the closest to like live action cartoon Futurama you can get.
Ooh. But didn't somebody try to make a live action Futurama?
I don't know.
There are millions of college students out there.
There are.
So yes.
It doesn't exist in my head canon, so...
There you go.
Need to
There's
fire it
lots
more
of
often and reload.
So yeah,
Honestly, most live actions don't exist in my head canon. Not gonna lie.
including the real ones.
There is no Avatar in Ba Sing Se.
We'll see what Netflix has to say about that. But yeah, other important things where we met my parents, and yeah, Andy's trying to marry me, I guess.
Yeah.
Rook just figured out that he's been flirting this whole time.
It's been a lot of flirting. Like, it might not come up to viewers. Viewers might be a little blindsided by this. I hope they haven't been fully blindsided by this, but like, it has been there in the background, and then like between episodes, it's been there. Like, it's just Rook and maybe some of the viewers who aren't catching this.
I mean, you blindsided me too. I didn't know that was actually happening.
I knew this the whole time.
Oh, this was actually a thing? Oh no, I'm Rook now.
Insert the sound of 1,000 spiders side-eyeing. I knew the whole time. I was just make sure you guys knew.
Oh gosh, how does that even work when you have a hive mind? Everybody just like convincing themselves, oh yeah, I knew the whole time. Did you know? Yeah, we always knew.
I hate that I have the image of a Chelcray slowly getting off stage now from our last episode, where like their body just slowly deflates as the spiders just like creep backstage, and then eventually like a hook goes out, and that hook is piloted by the other spiders. Just get their body off the stage.
But it's like awkwardly scooping the spiders that are left with a hook.
And the reason I bring that up is because I'm cursed with that, and I cannot even begin to explain why that's so funny to people who have not played this game.
It's so good. It's, yeah.
I'm like, I promise this is funny. Also, have you seen my BattleTech Google sheet? It's really good.
Yeah, Jonathan's broken. We know this.
I put so many hours into the sheet, over 80.
I love when you put a lot of effort into a good Google sheet. It's something that people don't enjoy as much as they should.
Like, I don't need to print Alpha Strike cards anymore because it makes the cards for me. Like it like populates the checkboxes, changes the stats. If there's special rules, it adds them in. If the pilots have a skill, it adds it in.
That's nice.
I'm even trying to see if I could figure out how to get it to like populate in order of things that I have activated.
Is it bad that my local game store just started selling BattleTech, and the first thing I thought of was, ooh, Jonathan likes that. I should buy some. And then I immediately went, no, don't do that. Bad, Ian. Don't spend money. Because, like, I get addicted to things too easily, so...
Like spending money on games?
Yes.
You do that all the time.
No.
Okay,
Ian.
but consider your son might like to play it.
He's
son?
four and good at destroying things. Whilst I agree with your logic...
Zelda.
But see, the new BattleTech plastic figures, no assembly required. None.
You say that, but he'll find a way to assemble it.
But there is always assembly available.
Somebody says like toddler proof, then you don't believe them.
I had the electrician come by today.
Yeah.
To look, because I'm running a new exterior outlet for under the garden beds. We're going to put in like some fairy lights and stuff. And I was like, so I got a really easy job for you. You just need to run an exterior outlet over here. And there's already like a pipe running underneath the cement slab. And like everything's pre-wired and done. You just have to run a little length of wire and put in a box. And he's like, oh, that's a super easy job. And I'm like, yeah. Except I have a 4-year-old, so that's going to make your life hell. And he's like, how does you having a child make it difficult? Like, is your child going to get in the way of me doing this job? Like, you should watch your child because they shouldn't be around a working electrician. And I'm like, oh, no. He's already pre-made your life hell. Like, he's not going to do it now. He's already pre-done that. And he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, the pipe that you're going to run wire through is just rocks. It's all full of rocks. He's put all the rocks down the pipe. And the electrician goes, oh. Huh. And then looked at the pipe full of rocks and goes, I think I have something for that. It shouldn't be that bad. And I went, okay, that's nice to know. I was worried there. And he goes, yeah. Huh. That's the first time I ever seen this. Interesting. Very interesting. And I was like, yeah, welcome to children. They put rocks in things. That's what they do.
Here's a space. Let's fill it with rocks. Or sand.
Look at how much control I have over my environment.
Exactly.
Natural filtration system, Daddy. He's saving you hours and thousands of dollars for an irrigation specialist. We got brand new garden beds, and they have one of the pipes that like runs down to the bottom and then like fills like a water reservoir underneath the plants, and then the water seeps up kind of thing. Cool. And him and our tenant's kid, within I'm gonna say within half an hour of the new planter beds being there, and like the gardeners are still like working on things, both my child and our tenant's child have put 3 fistfuls of dirt down these tubes within half an hour of them being there. And I just look at the gardeners and I'm like, so what happens if you fill these things with dirt? And they're like, well, you shouldn't, because that's where the water goes. And I'm like, you don't have children, do you? And they were like, oh,
you can technically just flush it with water. Like dirt will not ruin it. And I'm like, okay, that's good. And now I watch my child like a hawk and make sure he doesn't shove dirt down there. And I'm thinking I might have to tape it.
This is why you need to be home by 9 on prom night.
Exactly. This is a PSA. This is the entirety of Wildsea has just been one advertisement for condoms. That's all this is. Like you think this is an RPG campaign that was made by friends? No, it's a condom ad. That's all this is. So anyways, on that note,
marriage.
let's get this wedding started.
Marriage.
It's so beautiful.
It's what brings us together.
Excellent. So yeah, last time the crew was filling out paperwork, getting ready to get hinges, and in the background, maybe not so much background, was Andy, who had won the hearts of both Rook's parents, as Rook's mom was smitten with the fact that he was a doctor, and Rook's dad was very impressed by how well he filled out paperwork.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressive.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're gonna kind of pivot to Rook. You had at the end of the episode, you were sitting by Jisan's illegal food truck having a snack, and you had watched this flashback of the last year of your life with Andy together, realizing it was a will they, won't they, hot and heavy, exciting moments, and, just full of sparks flying every which way, adventure, drama, intrigue, romance, the whole 9 yards. And you realize Andy clearly likes you, and he genuinely wants to marry you. And yeah, go ahead.
Well, I guess I just kind of sat and pondered till sunrise. Time passed and all that. Just kind of absent-mindedly petting scraps. And so I guess I just kind of reached a point of like, well, I guess I should not be sitting in this single solitary spot for much longer. And I get up and I head home to go have a conversation with the Flamingo Man. Just for some clarification on some things.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, you make it home. No problem there. Everyone else can be there or not be there. Be listening in against the wall with a cup. However anyone wants to be there. People are either there or not there, or yeah.
There's a bird kind of chilling on the windowsill.
You shouldn't leave birds to chill on the windowsill. Something's gonna steal it.
That might be a mistake.
Like a pirate?
Because while I want to observe what's happened to the fallout of, my cute little shenanigans, I do wish to, however, see what happens. So yeah, Bird's going to be my eyes and ears for this.
Nice.
That way, if I need to, I can make a dramatic entrance.
No, you're too focused. You're
too in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. To notice Bird just completely shamelessly eavesdropping on me.
Oh, right. 10 out of
it's like 10. Muppet just staring soullessly into the room, eyes unblinking.
Ominous violins.
Its eyes definitely don't blink.
But there is movement behind them.
There's movement behind them, but they definitely don't blink because the movement behind them is the fact that Burb is a spider soup. Burb is 90% spiders and 10% mushroom or something like this, I think. Or 60% mushroom, 40% spiders. I don't know what Burb is. Burb is a thing. It's not a bird.
The word.
Yeah. Anywho.
Okay. I mean, last time we saw Andy, he was getting high with my dad, unbeknownst to him. So what's going on there now?
Andy has sobered up, so has your father, and they're in very friendly terms with each other. All the paperwork's signed and ready. You just have to sign it in triplicate if you want to do this kind of thing. And then we're going to have a wedding if you want to do it. And if you don't want to do it, then Andy is totally cool with that. Andy is not a dick.
No.
He is not like, this is a like,
might
hey,
just cry into his,
you want to do this, but
into his
I was like,
pillow.
have you ever seen Scrubs where like she breaks up with Sean and he just breaks and like quits all his job, and this was a homeless guy with like a full beard.
Oh my gosh.
He won't tell you
I
about
do remember that.
That'd be Andy.
yeah, no,
because he's a nice guy.
no. This is not one of those like trick scenarios where Andy's a nice guy. No. Andy is a good person. He understands that there
kind
are
of
feelings,
sprung feelings on her.
Yeah, there's a lot in a relationship, and it takes two people to work on it, and it takes consent, and it takes all these other wonderful things. Andy's not an asshole here. That is a big overarching theme of this kind of sentence is, yeah, let's
Be like Andy, kids.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I kind of
Also,
just like.
how are your parents letting you listen to this?
letting me
That's true. Yeah, children, this podcast is definitely rated R. Go home, children. You're drunk.
This is like the McElroys. We're not going to tell you that you're cool for listening. Get out of here.
Awesome. Okay. I guess I just kind of not even fully making eye contact with anybody. I just kind of like as subtly as I definitely can't. Be like, hey, Andy, can I have a word with you? No one else.
Your dad's just like, yeah, no problem, honey. And, like, gives you a hug and walks away.
Don't make contact with me. I'm uncomfortable. I still love you, Dad. Just, I'm so, when you're just so uncomfortable, like any contact from any human is like too much.
Yeah, your dad just like stops hugging you halfway through, just pats you on the head. He's like, that's my daughter. Walks away.
This is not the first time. So
yeah, Andy would nod understandingly, and he would kind of saunter over and gesture for Rook to lead the way to where they should go talk. I don't know, is there like a balcony or something, or like a
Oh,
patio?
please let there be a balcony. You're like panic flapping as you like just tries to follow them around the side of the house.
Okay, yeah, there's a terrace, and I just kind of picture Andy just like pulling out a rag and starts wiping down the railing like a bartender. Okay. So I couldn't help but so the paper. So my I got the paper and I had an epiphany and I just what is happening? What is happening? Hi, you.
So Andy, he would look deeply into Rook's eyes with his
so much eye contact.
He has to kind of like turn his head right to the side so that he can't look at it with both of his eyes. He has to pick a side. He would look deeply into her eye with his own, and he'd ask, kind of sensitively, "Are we moving too fast with this?" He kind of like ruffle his feathers a little bit, and he would his eyes would kind of squint with concern as he tried to gauge what Rook's response was.
Well, I mean, I mean, I totally get it with the paperwork, because the first date paperwork is a nightmare, and surprisingly the engagement one is easier, which has actually led to a lot of problems in our society. But moving on from that, I'm not like you seem cool. I didn't know that you feelings for me, and I don't get why.
Andy, he would nod understandingly. He'd say, "Well, I'm at the stage in my life where I kind of I have the lifestyle I want. I serve on this ship, as your ship medic, serving drinks at night. I have the dream life that I've always, maybe if I haven't articulated it before, but I've always wanted. There's kind of like one thing missing, and I don't know what. When I've through our time getting to know each other, I just feel like you're that missing piece. I feel like you're the thing that my life needs, but it takes two to tango, and if I'm moving too fast, like maybe this isn't what we should be doing right now.
Rook feels a lot of feelings. As an engineer, she loves the whole missing piece thing. That's super hot. Super romantic. Like, oh, I'm your missing piece. But also, like, she kind of takes that last comment about, like, maybe we're moving too fast as like okay, he's not that into me. Because she does not have enough self-esteem to believe that someone would have feelings for her that way. So she just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. There's kind of like this, like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense kind of look on her face. And she's just like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I mean, like, I don't know why I even started this process. It was in the first place, if it was just like to get the hinges faster. I mean, like, there are other forms that we could fill out to expedite the process. Like, I mean, like, yeah, no, if this isn't something that you really want to do, then, like, I just found out about it.
And you would hold up a wing and kind of places like a feather on Rook's lips, and you'd say,
so
"Hey,
soft.
Hey, even if the hinges had nothing to do with this, I'd still want this, You say that earnestly, his head bobbing up and down.
She just kind of looks at him like, oh my gosh, I think you're actually telling the truth. But actually, she says that, like, I think you actually mean that. I just don't get, why me?
And you kind of go into the tank for a moment, pull like the words that he wants, to articulate to Rook. And then he would turn with his other eye.
Which is the romance eye. The other one's the earnest eye.
This one can smolder.
A bird lands above, dropping some petals from the things above.
There's anime sparkles going on around his face. It's like that soft twinkles.
His shirt's suddenly just not on, and his abs are glistening.
And feathery.
And you'd say, like, Rook, I've seen the way that the caring way that you look after the rest of your crewmates here on this ship. And I think, there's nobody else that I'd want to nest with, like there's no one else that I want to. I feel like I feel comfortable with you. Like I feel like I can be myself, and hope you can too. I feel like I've seen the real you, and I just know that if we decide to, whatever adventures our life has in store, I just think I know that you'd be the companion that I'd want to spend that adventure with. I'd want to go on that adventure with. You're creative. You always come up with creative solutions to the problems we encounter here, and you I think that's the big thing, the compassion and the creativity. And I want to be your nestmate, but again, maybe I'm moving too fast. I've always kind of known what I want to be, but it sounds like maybe you're still figuring that out. You know, for Flahimbos, like we sometimes have to take a migratory journey in our life, and maybe you need one of those too first. I don't know, to figure out who you really are. But if you do choose that, I'm going to be waiting for you.
Aww. Okay, well, she's smitten because he's just so dreamy, and that was really nice and all that. And also, she's never had anybody speak to her that way before.
And you go mock him like a chicken noise.
No, that was an aw, not a chicken noise. I guess she just kind of sits and like considers like collecting her thoughts for like a minute. And she's like, well, I mean, I guess I never really thought about it before, but I mean, you are really, really cool and really nice, but it is a lot. It is a lot. I mean, like, that's the thing. I hadn't thought about it until now. And I don't want to just like rush into something like not, like just having thought about it for the first time last night. But you are, I do really like being around you. You're good to talk to, and you're so dependable with the listening and the keeping us from falling apart. Some of us literally, and I'm trying to think of what the kind of person I would want to be with, and I've never thought about it before. But like you fit the bill. But it is a lot. I don't want to just like jump into a huge commitment. But I don't want to say no either. But I don't know. But like not no. Did that make sense? There's also a part of me that's just tempted to say like, let's just go for it, get the hinges run, and then figure something out along the way. Like non-commitment, marriage, and free hinges. I don't know. Like we yeah. Would that be terrible for us to just have a massive wedding, get all the presents from the wedding, and then decide after the wedding if we want to stay married? Just kind of like date and be married at the same time? And then if we want to stay married, then we stay married. But if not, then it's like, I don't know. Like, is that terrible of me? Have I been spending too much time with pirates? Is that just a bad idea? What do you think? I don't know. Maybe I should actually commit to things I'm going to commit to. I don't know. Are you still sure you want to be with me after that suggestion? I want to spend time with you. Nesting sounds really cozy.
Mr. Flahimbo, he would nod as he listened to her, and he would like gesture at her to continue when she stumbled on her words, and give like supportive like to like the different things she was saying. And he would say, well, my understanding is that that marriage contracts can be pretty easily voided. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the annulment paperwork is actually just a single sheet of paper.
It literally is. We that's canon.
And he's like, and from my observations, I haven't lived a long time, but I feel like every coupling is like this. It's a grand experiment, a grand adventure, and you don't really fully know what you're getting yourself into until you're in it. But of course, like if things aren't the way you want, like I would want you to articulate that to me, and then we could find out what we want to do and how we want to move forward. Yeah, I would like to embark on this grand experiment with you.
I sit and I think about it for a second. I'm like, okay, but don't make any. I don't promise something that you don't feel like you should be promising. If if we're just doing this just to see how it goes and also free presents, don't make vows to be with me to the end of time if we're not ready for that, or if you're not ready to make that vow. We'll just make real vows of commitment that we can make to each other now.
And he would nod and he would say, what would you like those vows to sound like?
Oh, no, I hate
what would you want to commit to?
Sorry. Don't send me things in the chat. No. I feel like a vow to get to know each other and to see if it's working, and also to get free stuff. and a vow to always be honest with each other about how things are going. How about that?
I can commit to that. That sounds very reasonable.
That sounds like love. I don't know. That's a big word. Whoa, I just said it. Forget I said that. That's too much. Doesn't make eye contact. Do I need to ask the bees?
And his feathered wing would graze Rook's elbow as he reaches for his tea, and then he would and you kind of pause to see and you watch her to see if she liked that little bit of
full
contact.
Body tremble.
The bird covers eyes with wing.
Oh, also, from the peanut gallery, do my ancestors have any opinions that they've been shouting at me this whole time?
Shame! Shame!
No. Your bodybuilding ancestors have stopped lifting, dead weights and dumbbells and kettlebells and all those kind of things. They're just medicine ball. They were playing basketball with medicine balls. They're just jacked. They are.
It doesn't bounce, but they bounce it anyway.
Exactly. They are. They are impressive. So yeah, no, your ancestors have all kind of stopped, and they're just staring and watching and listening, and just hands underneath their chin kind of thing, and on their stomach, legs kicking in the air, full on quintessential teenage slumber party, excited listening.
There were at least a few squeeze.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because whilst they are very disappointed in your entire life, let's not understate that. They are very disappointed. This moment they enjoy, because while they're disappointed, they still love and care about you. They're your ancestors. They do care for you. They're just disappointed.
Oh, that's worse.
You picked this, Meyer.
I did. Okay. I kind of just sheepishly, but also smilingly, I go over to the big pile of paperwork and I pull over, and there's like the section for filled in vows, and I write down the vows that we said, and then I sign it and I slide it over to him.
Andy enthusiastically, he can't help himself. He lets out a little, like, I don't know, caw. Is that the right sound for a... What kind of sound does a flamingo make?
Jonathan.
Chirp. He lets out an exuberant... and he like raises his wings in like glorious victory, and then he takes the pen, stylus, whatever, and he gives a little flourish with it and signs his name on the vows that they agreed to. And then he offers his wing for her to take his arm, but his wing, you know.
I take it and it's like, this is weird, like, but also I like this, but also it's weird, like when you're in high school and this is like, you know, like the first time holding hands with somebody and it's like, what even is this? Why is my elbow so sweaty?
We're gonna hold up. As you take his arm, wing, whatever you want to call it, we're gonna pivot here because we're gonna do like one of those, like, you know, movie swipes. How like it's you guys holding arms, like walking off the balcony to like go tell everyone that the wedding's gonna happen, and then we're gonna scene swipe to you guys like after saying your vows and everything, walking down the aisle as newlyweds. Like it's gonna be one of those like really cool movie transitions where like the camera spins and like it looks really good. Okay.
Cue Batman noises.
Exactly. But to describe your wedding, because the others haven't been 100% involved, we had some good moments there. But I'm gonna get the others, so not Rook and not Andy, but the others are going to describe the wedding, the whole ceremony, the decorations, everything. You guys are describing it.
So like you know those paper chains that you see. So there's those, but they're all made up of all of the paperwork from both of their parents' sides of the family's marriage proposals past.
Excellent.
The ones that are more than 7 years old.
Yes, yeah. The ones that are invalid anymore for record keeping, of course. Yeah. And these are just the carbon copies, not the hard copies that they have on file, of course.
That'd be sacrilegious to the paper.
We're here to celebrate a day, not ruin a system.
We're not monsters.
Excellent. Okay, so they got paperwork, decorations. I like it. What else?
Open bar, obviously.
Obviously. Is Andy working it?
I'm not sure what we're going to do for food service. Oh gosh, what do I even have? What did we requisition? I'm not prepared.
Did you fill out the paperwork to not be prepared?
No, that's exactly my point. Oh my goodness. I gotta have something for this. Let's see.
You got a lot of rotting mushrooms.
I have so many rotting mushrooms, and I have allspice. I have a stick, one stick,
butter,
and a pitcher plant, which is actually, I believe, a picture plant.
Yeah,
because of Ian's punniness, whether intentional or not. So
I have a disability.
So obviously, we're going to use the picture plant to do like guest book photos. So I'll get rid of that right there. And I guess I'm gonna let someone else cater it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna serve my questionable questionable meat on a stick. I'm just there with I'm dressed like a fancy chef, but I'm literally just standing in front of my little like wheelbarrow, my little like super filthy wheelbarrow, like pulling out questionable meat on a stick and handing it to people.
Like Calvin's mom's food, where it's all got like eyes and.
Yeah, in his perception, yes, absolutely.
It's probably the kids serving. Then we're not above child labor. I mean volunteer work.
Yeah,
it's
a wedding. It's not a real job. It's a wedding.
It's called being voluntold.
In exposure.
Yeah. So for today and today only, the bride and groom have other people do their paperwork for them.
Mm.
And so somebody will, like, whenever they go to kiss, you hear the ding, 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 and someone's like, oh, gotta fill out that paperwork. And then, someone else takes it and checks the correct boxes for the kissing after marriage and announcing it to the assembled masses form. I don't know how many of those have been filled out, but people fill it out for you. It's actually really nice. Well, okay, your society thinks it's really nice. You can feel about it however you want.
Nice. That's sweet.
I'm picturing like I think it's a Hindu tradition where like the bride has henna when she gets married and then does not do any chores, like any housework until the henna comes off.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like that, but it only lasts tonight.
I didn't know that works with the henna thing. I thought they just got henna because it's fun. But I like that plan.
I mean, they might. I don't know. I don't know if they kept up the tradition.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful wedding. Everybody's there. All your friends and families. Very big event. And yeah, at the end, as I say, we pivot to you guys walking down the aisle, walking away, and walking onto the ship. And the ship is just full of hinges. Just boxes and boxes and boxes of hinges.
Yay!
And there's like a just married web, like a strewn across the like top of the things from like the little spider leviathan who's been hiding on the ship all this time.
Oh, you guys.
Shucks.
And there's a little star beside it because we already know your plan. Just married. Asterisk.
Oh, you guys were totally in on, like, as soon as I told you guys that part of this was to get presents, you guys helped me fill out the registry.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah, we were all like, get that registry gun. We are going on a spree.
Scan.
Scan. Okay, so if we're coming onto the ship now, after we've had the wedding party, I'm tempted to finally use my parties at night whispers for the after wedding party rager that our ship is about to throw.
No, you're
like, there's nothing proper or fancy about this. This is one of our ragers. There's colors, there's lights, there's sound. There is no memories.
In the background, as a favor to all of you, like, once the wedding invitations went out and stuff, there were, like, as I say, everybody showed up. All the cameo characters showed up. Everybody showed up. All the people were here. It was a crazy fun event. And unbeknownst to you guys, Nonashi filled out all the paperwork for a wild rager. He was just like, you know what? Yeah, you guys have earned it. And so, like, Nonashi and his friends are there, and Portobello's crew is there.
Nonashi's band is playing.
Yeah, exactly. Nonashi's band is just, like, jamming for the rager. They're having a good time. Yeah, it's a wild night. It is. It's like he's filled out enough paperwork that the entire city can rage if they want to. It's it's a good one. This will go down as like the greatest party this Reach has ever seen.
Woo.
Andy molts into his party feathers.
Yes, we learned recently that flamingos are only pink because of what they eat. So yeah, I picture Andy just like eating a bunch of different foods right before the wedding, so he's the perfect color for the wedding.
To match the wedding colors.
Yeah.
Roast is over there at the kids' table, cutting everybody's steaks, whatever meat that their needs cutting, but she's like doing it with like her I-beams that she has now.
Nice. Oh my god, dude. So during the wedding, like afterwards, when everybody's sitting around like sipping their champagne and whatnot, Roast was totally there, like giving them, the one who was giving them shit in front of all of their friends and family.
Oh yeah, Roast roasted you guys at your wedding. It was
absolutely.
Yeah.
As long as it was even on all sides.
Yeah. No,
Wait,
it was.
Does Andy have family?
Yeah, Andy's family's there.
Andy, tell us of your family.
Well, let's see. He has an aunt who is really into reggae music, and so some of the tracks must be reggae. He has a cousin who has a condition that requires him to go to like screech like every like 5 minutes. So during the ceremony, he'd be seated at the kind of the back probably, and the vows would be broken up by intermittent screeches.
Dude, I love Cousin Melvin. He's so good.
It becomes an asset at our Rager party later.
Yeah. He does open mic.
He is.
Just an open mic of him screeching intermittently.
No, man, you got to hear this man beatbox.
He has a grandpa who's slightly racist, so the MCs would kind of have to keep an eye on him to make sure he didn't give a speech that was inappropriate that would offend people.
No, you're supposed to make up a story that isn't real life.
Oh no.
Wasn't that bad.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I think the main thing is that Andy would feel like particularly touched because he would want Rook to feel like she's part of the family, like she's joining the family, and his family, despite their weird quirks and slight racism, things like that, they would look past those things. They would unite in the efforts to make Rook feel welcome. So kind of at some point, like during the Rager, he would step aside with Rook and he would just, a little tear would be trickling down his beak and he'd kind of wipe it away and he'd be like, I really hope you feel welcome. My family, they really love you. And so I hope you feel welcome to the family.
Just kind of looking like, your family's weird and cool. Do you like my family?
Actually, I don't know anything about Rook's family.
Well, you met my parents.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Describe them.
I don't know. They just kind of seem like really just like friendly and just like really They roll with whatever really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very proper, but in a non-intimidating way.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys finish off the Rager and sail off into the sunset, to continue on the war effort. And,
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
How many, interesting folks did we meet at the wedding?
What do you mean, interesting folks?
I don't know, people who maybe, helpful to the cause.
Okay.
It's called networking.
These are some influential people in a town we've never been to.
That's fair. I said Rook, your dad was running for Secretary of Sanitation, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
He had finished the paperwork. We had established that. I'm going to do a quick dice roll here to see if he made it, whether he won or not.
Come on, Dad, you're the real stinker in this town. You got this.
Why did I write dive roll? Come on, Ian. Get your head in the game. Dice roll. Here we go.
Because he's up to here in Dookie?
Google, why are you failing me right now? Okay, D20. Ooh, he D20? Just missed. Your dad unfortunately didn't make secretary, but he did a lot better than he had done in the past. His votes were up, and he's very excited to run again in the next election. Your dad's happy, and the whole family's proud of him for what he's accomplished.
I think Belt might offer to be his I had the word for it. His PR.
Ooh.
His campaign runner? His
campaign manager?
Ooh, campaign manager, thank you.
No problem.
Oh boy, that was killing me. Yeah, Belt is going to offer to be his campaign manager for the next election.
Excellent. He will definitely take you up on that. He's very excited. It's
some people don't have the stomach for politics, but for me, it's one of my favorites.
Oh, thank you. I feel like you all, my daughter, you're just. I'm so glad she has a crew like you, and you're all part of the family. Oh, it's just hugging you. He's a little drunk,
He's fully dad drunk at a wedding.
Yeah, he's dad drunk at a wedding. He's just he's giving Belt a hug. He's like, I'm just so glad my daughter has found such a nice crew.
It's kind of
just so happy moments.
Just kind of lean over to Docus and man, he better not to talk to anybody.
Don't know the truth.
Docus just turns. His eyes are like dinner plates. He's so high right now. He's like, yeah, he better not.
Just
eating fruit straight from the tree.
So maybe he wasn't the best person to talk to about that.
Docus just looks at you. He's like, I'm not on parent duty tonight.
You look around for the best person to talk to about that, and you just grab Auntie and hand him a rag and give him a counter, and it's just hi, I know it's your wedding, but I need to talk to someone.
Yeah. No. So your dad unfortunately didn't make it this year, but the guy who did was, he was a friend of your dad's, and so they're happy. And yeah, he's at the wedding. He is a I don't know, what do you guys want him to be? He's the Secretary of Sanitation. It's a pretty high up job,
He's just a really happy-go-lucky Ectus.
Okay, excellent. Yeah,
weirdly Gomez, possibly to the point that after some conversation we realize they're distantly related.
Aww.
Excellent. Yeah. This is Gomez's cousin, and yeah, he's like, you guys know Gomez? Oh,
yeah, he declared a forever war.
You just see him, and he's like, Yeah, he did. That's Gomez. Ah, what a great guy.
Wait, that's Gomez.
Really.
Does he have a habit of this?
I mean, he knows when there's a good forever war worth forever warring. This
Once you forever war, you're never a bore.
Yeah. I long ago declared a forever war against the poor waste management in this city.
Whoa. Don't make it silly. This is a religious thing for them.
It is.
How are we to determine it's silly?
If he declared a forever war, it's...
He's serious. It's his forever war vest is on. He takes waste management seriously. Do you know what happens when a city has poor waste management? You don't want to know.
Yeah, no, that's not
happens.
pleasant.
Reminds me of the gnomes from Dragonlance. There were their names of their life projects, and there's one who's like, "Oh yeah, my life project is what's the perfect amount of raisins in a raisin bran muffin."
No, he's just like, when a city has bad waste management, everyone suffers. Honestly, it could be worse than being attacked by a Leviathan. Like, it's just painful and toxic in so many ways. No, waste management is a serious issue. And he just like starts going off on this like long campaign speech and like it's a whole thing. But he's serious, and you can tell he cares. He genuinely cares about the issues, Yeah, he's a good guy, and he'll give you his card. And he's like, if you guys are friends of Gomez's, you're friends of mine. Anytime you need waste management, I'll clean up that waste. And he gives you guys his card.
Good to
Did
know.
this guy just say he would dispose of bodies for us?
Yeah, I was just about to.
Don't we just eat those over the side?
Not no, but like
We have a guy, but thanks.
Yeah. No one had, like, you guys have hinted at it just there, but no one has made a reference to Sopranos, and I'm a little sad about it.
I never saw it.
Why would there be a reference to Sopranos? Because that thing just kind of ended.
No, because he was a mafia guy, and it was waste management. That was what he was in.
Oh, I remember now.
Oh,
I've never seen Sopranos.
I never watched the
I never watched it either. I just knew that fact. I just knew that fact. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Ian's fronting. Ian's fronting as usual. Trying to look cool.
No,
It's like I was trying to do a cool thing, and they're not getting it.
that's okay. I'm used to that by now.
That's okay.
I blame the
That's like me
schools.
and my Google sheet.
Oh yeah.
Whew, schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah. So no, it's a wonderful wedding. You guys get contacts from a few different people, and head on out into the sunset. And I think we're gonna end season 3 there. As I say, next week we'll come back, or it's not season 3. Silly me. Season 2. And we'll come back next week with the recap and all that. But this is a lovely episode to end it on. I will say this. About halfway through this episode, I realized Andy should have been a seahorse, because it just would have made it hilarious. And
I will barely
wish to
kill
carry
them.
your babies, Rook.
I
want
know,
to
it's
make
just
your gears turn for me.
Listeners, if you want to do fan art, you heard it here. / Rook.
Andy's going on maternity leave.
It would have been so good to have Andy as a seahorse, and I realized it too late. And I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry, players. I'm sorry, world.
I'm sorry, anybody who has that specific fetish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh God.
More reasons than one.
Anywho, I was Ian, the Firefly.
I was Austin, the bird in the window.
I was.
No, me next. I'm
the one who was married.
Yeah, I'm Bev the Bride.
And I'm Dylan. I was technically in this episode, I think.
I'm Jonathan. I also had like 3 lines.
And I'm Andrew, who played Andy.
Excellent. And yeah, sorry guys, it was a bit of a one-sided episode, but I hope you had fun.
It's good.
And we're sponsored by nobody. Signing off.